Minister, during the Easter weekend, I attended the Rand show with my 10-year-old son. Like many South Africans, we stood proudly watching the demonstrations by the South African National Defence Force, the discipline, the precision, the courage of our soldiers. It reminded us that this country still has men and women willing to defend its people with honor. My son looked at those soldiers with admiration. He even asked me whether one day he too should join the army. But as I stood there, pride slowly turned into concern. Because behind the demonstrations, behind the uniforms, behind the brave faces of our soldiers, there's a painful truth. The South African National Defence Force is declining before our eyes. Many of the vehicles on display are the same ones we saw years ago, similar to the one that's just parked outside. The same aging equipment, the same tired machinery. There were very few helicopters in the air because many are no longer functional. Our defense force is not modernizing, it is merely surviving. And whilst funding constraints are real, Minister, lack of money alone cannot explain this collapse. The deeper problem is actually mismanagement. Basic maintenance is neglected, facilities are repeatedly broken into. Arms and ammunition are stolen from military bases with alarming frequency. Those weapons do not disappear into thin air. They end up in the hands of criminals terrorizing our communities. And South Africans are increasingly convinced that many of the thefts we see in the army are actual inside jobs. There are people within sections of the supply chain management within the army and even within senior ranks whose mission is no longer to defend South Africa, but to strip the South African National Defence Force piece by piece for personal gain. A country cannot defend its sovereignty when corruption has infiltrated its barracks. Minister, this budget must become a turning point. Firstly, we must clean out corruption in defense procurement and supply chain management. Every corrupt official stealing from the army is weakening the republic itself. Secondly, maintenance and readiness must become the priority before grand announcement and expensive conferences. Thirdly, South Africa must begin a serious program of modernization, investing in technology, air capability, border protection, and the development of young military talent. Because the greatest threat to our defense force today is not a foreign arm, it is a decay from